A new report has just come out from WWE stating who they have planned to win the men's Elimination Chamber. Who is it? Find out right now. Welcome back, wrestling fans, to Unleashed Wrestling. I'm TJ.
And I am Yorkie, and boy, do we have a big show for you. We will be giving you this show while we are currently watching SmackDown Live. So you will be getting live updates throughout this segment.
Yes, we're watching it. I've got the volume down. I've got closed captioning on, so I can at least read the words on the promo. So if you see Yorkie or myself looking back and forth, it's because we're watching SmackDown, giving updates as we're doing this show. But before we get into the Elimination Chamber, y'all noticed when the video started, I gave you a little bit of a teaser about the current plans for the Elimination Chamber. Yorkie, I don't know if you've heard this.
I haven't really heard much.
Sportspedia, and this is from What Culture Wrestling. I was watching the video from this earlier, and they actually released this first. But according to Sportspedia, the current plans for the WWE Men's Elimination Chamber. Are you ready for this?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Is for Drew McIntyre to win the Elimination Chamber.
Nope. Nope.
Current plans. Now, would I be mad? Absolutely not. I'd love it. I'd love it. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't. This whole thing started when the rumors started coming that they were planning on doing a McIntyre versus Damian Priest match at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre made the comment that he deserves more because he had such a wonderful 2024, which he did. He had a great 2024. In fact, it was probably one of the best years of his career, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, that was definitely a great run that he did.
Yes. He had a phenomenal feud with CM Punk. He wins the World Heavyweight Championship, but loses it like 5 minutes later to Damian Priest. Right. So I could see why the WWE was trying to push a Damian Priest Drew McIntyre feud. It makes sense. It fits into the story. But apparently Drew has not been happy with that. WWE wants him to stay. They definitely don't want him to leave because he did threaten to leave last year if they didn't do something with his contract.
It's all storyline BS.
He's still here. No, probably you're right, but I wouldn't be mad if Drew McIntyre were to win. Now, do I think he's going to win? No, and we're going to give our picks here shortly on the men's match, but what is your take on this? Do you think there's any validity to this?
I don't. I really don't. Just because of the storyline and everything going on with it, I don't foresee Drew McIntyre being the one who wins this Elimination Chamber match. And that is because I feel like other things are in play, different reasonings, and we, like you said, we will get into that later. We'll probably save the chamber matches for last tonight that we talk about. I do want to go ahead and get into this tag team match with Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae.
So let's get into this first match before we move ahead to the other matches. So you mentioned a minute ago that you wanted to talk about the Tiffany Stratton Trish Stratus match first, which really kind of makes sense because the Chamber is in Toronto, Trish's hometown. It's a continuing rivalry between Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae / Nia Jax. When, the whole three-way thing when Tiffany was with Nia and then she left, beat her, cashed in, won the title. And so now it's like a vendetta type thing with Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. But I don't know about you, Yorkie, but I think there's 0% chance that Nia Jax and Candice LeRae win tomorrow night.
I wouldn't say zero. It's never zero in the WWE. Come on, give me a break. But I think it is very slim.
I do too.
any storyline where Nia Jax is going to be in contention for any kind of a title is overrated. I'm over it. It's stale. It's been stale. It'll always be stale. They kind of did the same
Yeah.
thing that Braun Strowman did back in a little bit or back a little while ago when he was just running through everybody in 2.5 seconds.
Right. Right. Yeah. I'm like you. Stale is going to be an entertaining match for the simple fact that Trish is going to have a crowd behind her and Tiffany. And I think this is going to be WWE's defining moment to officially turn Tiffany Stratton babyface. Prior to Trish Stratus showing up, Tiffany was still kind of playing that on the fence type character, you know, where she has some heel traits and then she has some babyface traits. But now I think this is kind of, I don't want to say a passing of a torch moment, but this is WWE's official transitioning of Tiffany Stratton from heel to babyface.
Right, and I agree. It's time. She's going to be the babyface champion, and that's perfectly okay with me. It'll work. Now, I think she would be better as a heel personally, but I can see her being a babyface and it working very well.
I don't know. She's a good heel, but I'm loving her as a babyface, to be honest with you. And
Yeah,
she does a good job of pulling it off.
she does. She really does. But like I said, I don't know. I guess I got a thing for heels.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you have certain wrestlers who are better heels, i.e., the Miz, right? Even Triple H is a better heel, and then you have some superstars who are better baby faces, John Cena or Truth. Then there's some that could be both, like CM Punk, Seth Rollins, um,
Usos.
the Usos, right? So we don't know if Tiffany at this point could be both, but I do think there's absolutely a possibility that she could.
It's definitely a sink or swim moment for the babyface perspective of things.
Yes,
I'm interested to
yes.
see how this match really does go, but I'm with you on this. I think it's going to be Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus coming out on top on this one. I don't see any reason for Nia and Candice LeRae to be the winners.
I don't either. Now let me ask you this: do you see this match starting to show off, or do you see it being more like the second or third match on the card?
In past Elimination Chambers, where they have in two Elimination Chamber matches, it's not like the Royal Rumble where they can start off with a Rumble, go into a couple of matches, and then come back to the other Rumble. They're going to start off with the two matches that are not chamber related first. Or they're going to start off with
Okay.
both chamber matches and end with either the unsanctioned, because Kevin and Sammy are both from Canada, or the tag match, which I don't see the tag match being the main event. I really don't. If it's the main event, I would be so surprised.
A little
But
disappointed.
uh,
Yeah, I would too. Unless both chamber matches are just going to be complete duds, which it's not going to be. They're not going to make the tag team match the main event.
and the only
They
reason
probably won't even make the unsanctioned match.
and the only reason I say that is because for them to lower the chamber for a match, clean it up, raise it back up, do those two matches and lower it again, that's going to be a lot of work that they don't have to do. So, like I said, in recent history, when they've had the women's and men's chamber matches, they've always done those either first or last. 9 times out of 10, is those two are going to be last. It's just a matter of which one is going to be before the other.
Yes.
So I think they're definitely either going to. I think they're going to start off with this match, get the crowd going with this one, and then kind of keep it rolling with the two Canadians going head to head in an unsanctioned match, and then roll into the chambers. So let's get into the next match of the night that I think is going to be the second match of the night, personally. And that's going to be the unsanctioned match between Sammy Zayn and Kevin Owens. I am so ready for this match. I wouldn't
Me too.
I wouldn't be mad if this was the main event. I really wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't either. It's a very long running storyline that's taking breaks and pauses. I mean, hometown heroes, best of friends, bitter enemies, tag team champions. They've accomplished so much in this rivalry,
They really have.
and it's they always can go back to this feud, and it's never stale.
I agree
It's never stale.
100%.
Two of the best workers, in my opinion, in the WWE. Kevin Owens can make anything look brutal, but they are extremely safe. When he does the pump up pile driver, they're safe. I mean, that was a move that was outlawed in the WWE. And Triple H trust him enough to deliver that move to people.
That kind of goes back to the whole Seth Rollins thing, because
Yeah,
the pedigree was and the curb stomp was banned for a long time,
yeah,
and they were able to bring it back because they could do it safely. And that's the biggest thing.
exactly,
They can pull off these moves, make them
exactly.
look brutal, make them look good, and still be safe with it. And that's what I love about the way these guys work.
Yes, I agree. This match is going to be bloody. I see it going 20, 25 minutes,
Oh, easy.
maybe close, maybe close to 30, depending on how much time they want to spend on the chamber matches. But I don't know yet who's gonna win this match. I have a feeling of who I think's gonna win it, but this match could honestly go either way because Kevin Owens is on this whole redemption thing of anybody who's assisted Roman Reigns, he wants to take him out. Kevin Owens has already attacked Jimmy Uso. He's attacked Jey Uso. He's attacked Cody. They had a fight at the Rumble, which was a freaking badass match.
Man, and that goes
Now
back to it
he's
making things brutally look good. Because we thought
yes,
Kevin Owens
exactly.
was legit hurt, and then he
I thought
comes
he
out,
died.
and then he comes out the next night, or the next, Raw, and we're just like,
Yes.
"What are you doing?"
How? Exactly. Yeah. You're just wondering how in the world is he able to do this?
You
But
can walk.
yeah. So now he's fighting Sami Zayn, who again has helped Roman Reigns in the past. It makes you wonder after this match, who was Kevin Owens going to go after? Because there's still a couple people that have helped Roman Reigns. This is going to be one of those matches that it's 50-50. Now, I looked earlier on Bet Online, which is a betting website. You can go bet if you bet on things like this. And as of right now, Kevin Owens is favored.
as I
That
can,
means nothing.
as
Pro
I can
wrestling
see
can
why.
change
Yeah,
in an instant.
they can see those odds and be like, you know what? We're gonna go with the other guy.
Look at the Royal Rumble.
Yes, definitely. Because wasn't he like very low on the winning percentage?
Who, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like plus 2,500 or something. And
Yeah.
I was going to go bet on the Rumble, but I was not going to bet on Jay. I was going to bet on CM Punk. I was going to bet on uh, John Cena. And I forgot who else I was going to bet on because, like, if I bet $1, I'm going to win this much. But had I bet $1 on Jay Uso winning the Royal Rumble, I'd have won like 2,500 bucks.
Let me give you my take on this match.
Yes.
Kevin's gonna win.
That's kind of the direction I was leaning into.
Sammy's gonna retire.
You think Sammy's going to retire after this?
It's in Toronto, Canada. It's an unsanctioned match.
I'm leaning towards Kevin winning. I don't know about the Sammy retiring part yet. I know that there's been talks in the past about it. You and I have talked about it.
I was about to say, how many times have I mentioned that now? But
Yeah, now, it is in Toronto, but but
it's
Sami Zayn is from Montreal. But
it's coming. If it's not tomorrow, it's coming.
now he may take some time off, but I'm wondering if this is going to be a one and done type thing, or if they're going to continue into WrestleMania, because this feud
Now,
could carry to WrestleMania.
now, if
It's
they
good
do
enough.
that and he retires at WrestleMania, I can see that happening.
Yeah,
And then at
like
WrestleMania,
Kevin wins tomorrow night.
well, no, because
Yes,
nine times out of ten,
yes.
if you're going to retire, you're going to lose your last match.
Typically, but here recently it's been more of um, you get to pick. Like Edge got to pick his last opponent in WWE. John Cena will probably win his last match, which I'm going to talk about a little bit here in a little bit here. But I don't know about the Sammy retirement thing yet. If he does retire, it won't be shocking to me, but it will at the same time because there's been zero talk about it. It's you and me have talked about it in several episodes, but
Well, that's just
um,
because he keeps giving
I don't know.
these little hints and signs that it's going to happen.
He does, but that could be a swerve that maybe WWE is trying to pull on us. I don't know, like they did with AJ Styles. The one that really swerved me was when Mark Henry announced his retirement and then beat the hell out of John Cena. That was brilliant.
Yes, that was amazing.
That was brilliant. And it shows you that WWE can recreate a storyline or do a storyline that's been ran before and it still be new. Like, because AJ Styles did it against Cody Rhodes.
Right.
Because there were talks that AJ was going to retire. So we were thinking, okay, this is going to be his retirement match. And then all of a sudden, beats the mess out of Cody Rhodes. Like, oh, okay, I see where they're going with this. So, yeah, I don't know if he's going to retire, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this. I'd hate to see it because I love Sammy. I've always loved Sammy. He's always been one of those guys that I've always rooted for. Even though I don't ever really show that I'm rooting for him, I'm always rooting for him. Like when his music hits, I get excited.
Yeah, so haven't always necessarily rooted for Sammy. When I really started rooting for Sammy was when he was in the Bloodline and Roman started doing that stuff. And then when he finally hit Roman in the back with a chair at that pay per view, I was like just jumping for joy. And then so when he got kicked out of the Bloodline, and then he was trying to team up with Kevin, and Kevin was like, "No, leave me alone. I don't want a partner." And y'all know the story. They went on to WrestleMania 39 and won the tag team titles from the Usos, which is the one of the best matches of the whole freaking card.
Oh, it really was.
That was a
That was
phenomenal match.
amazing.
Yes, it was a great match. Um, but yeah, I don't know about his retirement. I'm still up in the air about it. I can't say that I feel comfortable yet knowing that he is possibly retiring. So the women's elimination chamber match has potential to be a very good match. But let's talk about the competitors before we get into the match. So we have Bianca Belair, we have Liv Morgan, we have Roxanne Perez, we have Bailey, we have Alexa Bliss, and we have Naomi.
Yep.
Now, the interesting thing about this match, one of the interesting things about this match, is Naomi and Bianca Belair lost their women's tag team titles Monday Night on Raw to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, if you watched our Raw review show, you know we talked about this. They took the titles, in my opinion, off of Naomi and Bianca because of what's about to happen with Jade Cargill.
Yeah,
She is coming back.
I can agree with that.
Now, we don't know what's going to happen on SmackDown because we're still currently watching it. So things could change. Jade could come back tonight, but I think they're going to save that for a big PLE, possibly tomorrow night.
I would love to see her kind of interfere and call out either Naomi or Bianca and be like, why did you do this?
Right.
Or why did you have this done to me? Why didn't you come check on me? Yada, yada, yada. And then those two start going at it.
What I could see happening, and I would love to see it happen, Naomi and Bianca are in the match, right? And they're kind of teaming up against Superstar, whomever, insert name. Jade Cargill's music hits. She comes down to the chamber. She gets in. She attacks both of them, knocking them both out. And then the heel, whoever that heel is in the ring, probably Liv Morgan, pins Bianca, eliminates her, and pins Naomi to eliminate them. Not necessarily is going to win, but that would be a creative way to set up that three-way rivalry with those three because of what happened with the whole attack backstage.
It really could. And I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen. So with this whole, this whole chamber match and the whole talks of Jade Cargill coming back whenever she does and all that, I feel like if she does come back during the chamber match, I think she'll just kind of come out and be like, talk on the mic and be like, "Hey, this is who did this and this is who did that." What is your take on this?
Mhm. So I don't know. So part of me thinks that she's gonna come back at the chamber. Part of me saying that they're gonna save her for coming back maybe on Raw next week or next Friday on SmackDown to kind of add to that storyline. Because maybe what you get is Bianca and Naomi in the ring, and then one of them eliminates the other one from the chamber. You could get that, and then that storyline continues. Maybe Jay comes down to the ring next Friday because they're in the ring arguing back and forth of, oh, you took me out and blah blah blah. She comes down and she's like, yo, y'all supposed to be friends and everything else. And then she reveals who attacked her. I'm still hoping that it's Bianca. I really am. I've been talking about this for months. I really hope it's Bianca because I want to see her heal. Look at what the Street Profits are doing right now. Imagine if they put her in there with the Street Profits.
I see that, and with that being said, I still don't think it is Bianca Belair. For the simple fact she was in the ring wrestling when it happened.
Yes, she was. But maybe Bianca didn't physically attack her, but maybe she was in on it. Maybe she told Naomi to attack her.
But then that would put them in cahoots with each other.
Right.
So you think Naomi goes heel too?
Well, the whole talk this whole time from other sources is that Naomi's the one who attacked Jay Cargill. I don't see it being Liv or Raquel Rodriguez because that storyline doesn't really go anywhere.
I mean, I
It does
get
go
it,
somewhere with Naomi and Bianca.
but it stills out pretty quickly.
Yeah. See, they were planning last year on doing Bianca versus Jay Cargill at WrestleMania.
Which would be phenomenal to see.
Yeah. They didn't do it. So maybe this is their chance to give us that match this year at Mania, which I would not be disappointed with that match.
I wouldn't either. No complaints here. I would love to see it.
Especially if we get a heel Bianca.
Who do you think is starting the night off for the women?
That's a good question. I don't think Bailey is going to really be used very much in this match. So I could see her starting it off. I could see Roxanne Perez starting it off because she has the stamina to do it. She proved it at the Rumble. So she probably will be one to start it off. Alexa Bliss is another one of those though that has been kind of quiet since she's come back. Although they have teased a little bit with the Wyatt Six when she was backstage last week talking to, I forgot who it was she was talking to. And the Wyatt Six kind of did like the little glitch in the screen for a brief second. So that's why I don't think Alexa's going to win, but she could definitely start it off. So right now, I'm going to say Alexa and Roxanne.
Okay. I think it's going to be Liv and Bailey.
Liv and Bailey. Okay. Okay.
Or
Yeah, I can see it.
Liv and either Naomi or Bianca because of the feud that's going on.
Which would make sense. So it'd be kind of cool to see Liv and Bianca start it, and then
Naomi
Raquel comes in, and then Naomi comes in, and they
Well,
have
Raquel
a big
wouldn't
fight.
come in. Raquel's not in it.
I keep saying Raquel. God, why do I keep saying that? No, Roxanne Perez is in it. My bad. Raquel's gonna get in this thing somehow. She's gonna get in the cage in the chamber.
I think so too. I really do. There's going to be some way or form, some shape or form, whenever they go to release the plexiglass or whatever, she's going to find her way in.
Mm-hmm. And she's somehow gonna cause Liv to eliminate somebody that we are not expecting to be eliminated. So, with all that being said, who do you have as your winner of the women's match?
I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss.
Really? Alexa versus Rhea?
Mm-hmm.
So the men's match, I've got it narrowed down to 2. But the women's match, I really
It's
honestly
wide
couldn't
open.
pick
It's
anybody.
wide open. It's
It is.
for,
Like, would I love to see Alexa Bliss win it? Hell yeah.
if I had to pick
Hell yeah.
it would be Alexa Bliss and Bailey.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Or Roxanne
maybe
Perez.
I was about to say maybe they take a chance with the Roxanne. They did it with Jay at the Rumble, right? But everybody's saying it's going to be Bianca, but I think that Bianca is fixed to be locked into this storyline with Jay Cargill. So I don't know if she's going to win it. So I'm going to say I don't think they're going to do Liv because they've already done that, and that feud is pretty much done.
Yes.
Like when Rhea beat her to get her title back, that ended the feud, in my opinion. So I'm going to go. I'm not feeling confident about any of them.
Just pick one.
But because I'd like to see the match, Rhea and Alexa Bliss.
Okay,
Alexa
so
Bliss
we're on the same page here. We're on the same page.
Like I said,
here.
I'm not feeling confident about that pick because this was a hard one to pick.
So let's get into this men's chamber match. I am excited to see this one, especially after what we just saw on Friday Night SmackDown, because that was intense and insane. It's not gonna come down to the idiot standing on top of the announce table most of the time. It's not going to come down to the idiot who walked out to somebody else's music because he can't be original and come out to his own stuff. It's not going to come down to the other Terror Twin. As bad as I hate to say it, I don't see him winning this match. It's going to come down to CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and John Cena. And it's going to be pure chaos between the 3 of them. There's a lot of history there.
I agree.
A lot of history
there is.
there.
I agree with that. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I think it's going to come down to those 3 as well. Which makes sense because the missing piece we haven't talked about yet is Roman Reigns. Now, I know he's not in this match. He hasn't even been seen since the Royal Rumble, but he is supposed to be returning tomorrow night. So there's a possibility that Drew and Damian go after each other. Logan Paul takes advantage of it, eliminates one of the 2 while the other one's down. Like Drew and Damian could both be down, and Logan comes and does a little sneaky roll up to pin Damian to get him eliminated. And then Drew gets out. And then CM Punk and Logan Paul will have their little moment in the ring after what we saw Monday and then what we saw tonight. They'll have a little moment in the ring. Probably Punk's going to get his revenge and pin Logan Paul because Logan Paul eliminated him from the Rumble.
Right.
But Logan's also going to go after John Cena because Logan was eliminated by John Cena at the Royal Rumble. So there's going to be a little 3-way dance there for a brief moment.
And then I think
But ultimately it's going to come down to...
It's going to come down to Cena giving an attitude adjustment and then CM Punk pinning and eliminating Logan Paul.
It's going to be those 3 left in the chamber match. It's going to be John Cena, it's going to be CM Punk, and it's going to be Seth Rollins. And there's 3 different scenarios that could play out here. First scenario is John Cena wins. Maybe we were talking about Roman Reigns. Maybe Roman Reigns comes in, interferes in the match, attacks Seth Rollins because of him eliminating, because of what happened after they got eliminated in the Royal Rumble. He attacked CM Punk because he eliminated him from the Royal Rumble. Maybe he spears both of them. John Cena is somehow down. Maybe Cena is getting up and he pins Seth. And then Roman sees that and he just leaves the ring. And maybe John Cena hits an attitude adjustment to CM Punk and pins him and he wins.
Right.
That's one scenario. Another scenario is Seth Rollins finds a way to win. Maybe Roman still interferes, but he goes to spear Seth. Maybe it's Seth and Punk left in the chamber, and he goes to spear Seth. Seth moves and he hits CM Punk. Seth Rollins curb stomps Roman Reigns, pins CM Punk and wins. There's a scenario. Or another scenario is Roman. I'm going back to Roman because I really feel like he's going to interfere in this match. He's going to. I don't want to say interfere. He's going to be a factor into this match.
He's going to appear and be a factor.
Yes, in some way he will be a factor. Maybe he comes out. Maybe he doesn't get in the chamber. Maybe he distracts Seth Rollins, and John Cena. Maybe CM Punk is down because him and Logan Paul had this brutal bout, and Logan Paul just got eliminated. Maybe John Cena gives Seth Rollins an attitude adjustment, pins him, and he gets up, turns around. There's CM Punk, hit the GTS, pins John Cena 1, 2, 3. That's a scenario. And there's obviously more scenarios than just 3, but those are 3 possible ones that I could see happening at the chamber because it's going to be those 3 left. And honestly, I thought I had my winner picked until I just saw that promo on SmackDown, and now it's completely changed my perspective, and I've got to really think about who I think is going to win this match.
Who was your winner?
My winner was John Cena.
My winner still is John Cena.
Really?
He's going to get
So it changed from Monday?
Yes and no. I don't know. I'm so torn, man. I just know there's going to be plexiglass flying everywhere, people going through chambers, and it's just going to be pure chaos. It's going to be great. And I just want either John Cena, CM Punk, or Seth Rollins to win this. That's all I want. Just one of the 3.
Me too. And so the reason why I'm not so sure about John Cena now is because from recent things I have read, and a lot of it makes sense that they're not going to have Cena, even if he wins the chamber, he's not going to beat Cody at Mania. Because chasing that title, chasing that 17, they want to make him work for it. They want to make him earn it.
That's a Mania moment, though.
No, it is. It definitely is a Mania moment, but he's had several Mania moments when he's won the title. He won his first world title at Mania.
Okay, his first one at Mania.
So he's had those.
Mania.
Potentially. But there's also been talks about John Cena versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania, which I hope they don't do that unless they're going to use this to fuel John Cena's passion even more. Maybe Logan Paul goes over on John Cena. Maybe John Cena chooses to lose to Paul to put him over. But it builds up to the anticipation of more of John Cena just cannot win his 17th. And then finally, later on in the year, he does achieve that goal and wins it. The reason why I don't think it's going to be Seth is because we've seen Seth versus Cody Rhodes recently. And I say recently, the past 2 years, when Cody came back.
That's when Cody tore his
And then
back.
they teamed up at Mania. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense unless Cody Rhodes tells The Rock tomorrow night, yes, you can have my soul, and he turns heel. Then you could do Seth versus Cody. But you could do John Cena versus Cody, with both of them being baby faces. You could even do CM Punk versus Cody, with both of them being baby faces. However, if they went that route, I think you're going to see a little bit more heel CM Punk than you would John Cena.
I want to see pipe bomb CM Punk.
Oh, you ain't lying. When he came out and said I was a Paul Heyman guy, that whole promo when he was that massive heel, but he still got cheered. That's the CM Punk heel I want to see. There's another scenario that I didn't bring up that WWE is toying with the idea, and that is a triple threat at WrestleMania between Cody Rhodes, John Cena, and CM Punk. And how that could play out, John Cena wins the Elimination Chamber,
or loses.
CM Punk is pissed about it, or loses, yeah. But let's say Cena does win it. CM Punk has a favor from Paul Heyman.
He does still have that favor.
And he could use that favor to get into the main event at WrestleMania. Now, will that happen? I don't know. There's so much stuff in the air right now with this. We'll know more tomorrow night.
Imagine that favor being Roman Reigns versus CM Punk leading into Mania.
I could see that. I've also heard of another thing that could work, but they did it last year, so I don't know if it would. But the triple threat match that I mentioned earlier about CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, I could see that being night one and them saying whoever wins this match gets to fight Cody and John Cena tomorrow night. But that would be 2 triple threat matches back to back, and I don't know if that would work.
I don't think it would either. It wouldn't resonate. That would be beating a dead horse.
I think so too. So what I'm going to say, what I'm going to predict, and again, this has nothing to do with me being a CM Punk fan. I'm looking at this from a storyline perspective. Because I personally don't think they're going to go the triple threat route with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. I just don't. I think they're stuck on doing Rollins versus Roman at WrestleMania. I think they're set on that. They've talked about it. Because it could set up Rock versus Roman next year. Maybe Seth Rollins is the one who gives The Rock his soul. As of right now, my final prediction is John Cena.
Wow. You swerved me there.
Yep.
Thought it changed.
I did. I've been saying, right? I've been saying John Cena, and then I've gone back and forth between him and Punk. Because I don't think Drew is going to win it yet. But going back to what I said at the very beginning of the video about how WWE has plans right now for Drew McIntyre to be the one to win, I wouldn't be upset with that.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't. And it could play into the thing to where Cody Rhodes tells Rock tomorrow night, hey, I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to do this on my own. So then whoever wins the Chamber, Rock goes after them and says, hey, I want you to be my guy, because I can see Drew McIntyre being that guy.
I could see that happening too. Well, I'm going to throw you for a loop. You know how a few minutes ago I said I still think it's John Cena?
Yeah.
I lied.
Really? You think it's Logan Paul, don't you?
Well, it makes a lot of sense that it would be CM Punk.
That's who I want to win. But I know how the WWE is.
It'll either be him or Seth Rollins.
So here's why I'm picking John Cena. Because I was set in stone. CM Punk is winning the Royal Rumble. It's going to happen.
You're only picking
WWE swerved us.
You're only picking John Cena so CM Punk does win.
Well, no. So I don't want to get my hopes up for Punk winning and then him not win. So if I say John Cena's going to win, that everybody's expecting it to be Cody versus John Cena at WrestleMania. So if they do swerve us and let CM Punk win, I'm going to run around my hotel room naked. Okay? I'm just saying.
No balls.
No, I'm really not going to do that, but I will
that's
be
what I
super
thought.
excited.
That's what I thought.
I will be super excited.
Go streaking.
In previous Elimination Chamber PLEs, they have been kind of meh. But this one has potential to live up to be one of, if not the best Elimination Chamber PLE, which is going to lead into a WrestleMania that has a freaking massive show that they have to be better than last year. Because WrestleMania 40 was my top 3. And now 40's here. 41's got to be here.
41 can't be here.
Depending on tomorrow night. Right. Depending on tomorrow night is going to determine whether or not WrestleMania is going to be a great show or an average show. So final thoughts. What do you think? How do you think this show is going to turn out? Do you think it's going to be a great show, or do you think it's going to leave us disappointed?
Disappointed, but in a good way.
Okay. Okay. I think this show is good, definitely going to leave us wanting more.
That's what I mean by disappointed in a good way.
And I'll leave it at that because there are so many things that could factor into this PLE that's going to affect WrestleMania. And they're going to leave us on a cliffhanger.
Because after tomorrow night, our next PLE is WrestleMania.
Yes.
So
After
tomorrow
tomorrow night, it is full focus on WrestleMania.
Tomorrow night is the last night before it's balls to the walls on Mania Talk. And do not be surprised when we mention WrestleMania 700 million thousand times between next Monday and the Monday after Mania, because it's going to happen and it's going to be a lot of Mania talk.
And don't be surprised if we have several WrestleMania preview shows, because our opinions are going to change, just like they changed for the Elimination Chamber. They're going to change for WrestleMania.
And just like they changed for the Rumble, too.
But stay tuned. I'm excited about what we have coming up. Tomorrow night, we may do a Elimination Chamber recap, depending on what time the show's over. I would love to do that. Now, it may not be up until Sunday or Monday, but I would love to do a recap of the PLA, because there's going to be so much to talk about, just like there's so much to talk about after the Rumble.
Oh, yeah. So much to talk about. And so much to, so many of the first questions we're going to have come WrestleMania is going to happen after tomorrow night. So, y'all stay tuned.
Yes.
You follow all the socials. You like all the videos. Subscribe to all the channels. We would love and appreciate all the support you can give, you will give, you do give. We appreciate you as fans.
Yes.
We don't consider you fans. We consider you family. And that's just how it is. Go ahead and comment on these videos. Give us stuff to talk about with you.
Yes.
We want to interact.
Let us know
with
we're
you.
wrong about our picks.
Please.
That's right. Because guess what? I want to be wrong about my pick. So please tell me I'm wrong about my pick. It's not going to hurt my feeling. Promise.
The person I want to win is not even one of my picks. So,
Right. No, in all seriousness, we thank all y'all for watching this. We appreciate the likes, the subscribes. We appreciate you sharing these videos. Please keep them going, because it really helps us when we're trying to get this thing started. So we will see y'all tomorrow night at the Elimination Chamber, and I'm going to let Yorkie take it away.
And with that, it's been a good run for this prediction show. I'm anxious to see what's going to happen tomorrow night at the Elimination Chamber. And with that being said, I am Yorkie.
And I'm TJ.
And this is the Unleashed Wrestling Podcast. Yeet!